My name is Gavin Evans, and this is my review of the 2004 remake of Dawn of the Dead. And this review will have spoilers, so that's your warning. But I like the original movie. I think it's perfectly fine, but I don't view it as this untouchable masterpiece. So here's my hot take. I actually prefer this movie over the original. I just think it's a lot more of an entertaining movie, and also it's still to this day my favorite Zack Snyder movie. So yeah, I enjoy it. I don't think it's this great masterpiece of a movie, but I do think it's a lot of fun. Let's begin talking about the cast, and I think Sarah Polley does a good job as the main character. She's very believable, but she can still be a badass when needed. Ving Rhames gives my favorite performance of the entire movie. I think he brings a lot of weight here, and he's just got that screen presence. He's very good. Then you've got Jake Rebel as Michael, who I thought gave a good performance. Then you've got Micah Pfeiffer, who I think does a fine job. I would have liked a bit more from him when you consider what he goes through. Then you've got Ty Burrell, who I think gives a very funny performance here. This guy is so over the top, he's a complete prick, and it makes for a nice presence here. Then you've got Michael Kelly, who plays CJ, and he does a good job, and I really like his character transformation. And then you've got Bruce Bowen as Andy, who does a fine job, but I do really like the character of Andy. Just this random stranger stuck on another rooftop, and the friendship that forms between him and Ving Rhames is actually really well done. How they play chess together and how he'll shoot random zombies in the crowd. I absolutely loved that. And I do think this movie is very well directed by Zack Snyder. It's so different from everything else he has made, but I miss this more grounded approach in his directing. I think the movie is still very visually interesting without going overboard. I like the practical effects of this movie. The zombies do look great. There, you've also got the best of both worlds because you've got fast zombies, but you've also got an overwhelming amount of zombies. So you just feel the hopelessness all the more so. Like, how are they going to get out of this mall when it's just surrounded by these fast, creepy zombies? And it really hits you on a psychological level. And I love how each character loses something they care about. They're pushed to the absolute limits. And that aspect of the movie was well done. Even at the end, when they're finally about to get the happy ending, it doesn't happen. There's a real meanness to this movie that I really like, and I like the brutality of it. I also like the action. It's very well done. And there was this one moment regarding a zombie baby which delivers on some nice body horror. Now, this was one of the first horror movies I ever saw, and this zombie baby terrified me back then. And watching it now, it doesn't have that same impact, but it's still a very cool, gross moment. And it's just a very entertaining movie. Like, out of all of Zack Snyder's movies, this one's paced very well, and it's just one that's easy to rewatch. Now, all that said, if you've seen any zombie movie or show before, is this anything necessarily new? And the answer is no. You know, they're trying to figure things out. Everyone has lost someone. You've experienced this kind of story before. But I also think it's important to note that this movie came out in 2004, before Walking Dead, before The Last of Us, before a bunch of other zombie movies and stuff. Well, if you watched this movie when it came out, it would have felt more fresh and new. And I tried to view things through the time that they came out in it. And yeah. Now, all that said, I also wish we got a bit more from this movie. I wish we got a bit more horror. I wish this movie was scarier. I wish we got some more action scenes set in the actual mall. I wish the mall as a location was better established. Like, you only see 5 areas pretty much. And I would have liked a bit more character work, maybe a bit more emotion. So, like, this movie is consistently good, but I just don't think it gets to greatness, unfortunately. So, I still really enjoy this movie. I think the performances are good. I think there's enough to these characters, and it delivers on the brutality and the hopelessness and the action you may want from a movie like this. But I still think I want a bit more from this movie overall as an experience. So I'll give Dawn of the Dead remake a 7 out of 10. Okay, have you seen the remake of Dawn of the Dead? What do you think about it? Do you like this movie better than the original? Let me know in the comments down below. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe. Stay tuned for more videos soon, and Gavin out.